previous video, I talked about how to take pictures using Webcam Toy and turn them into comics using the Google Drawings feature within a Google Doc. Here I made a Google Doc with a grid, a comic strip grid here. I have lots of different templates that are available for download. But basically what I did was I just made it seem like I could take any object, anything, take pictures with my webcam and turn them into comics, make them look like comics using Webcam Toy and Google Drawings. So the other thing that you can do is not just use your webcam, but you can use a document camera. And with a document camera, then you can use other objects. You could have students bring in action figures, Legos, all kinds of different stuff that they have at home that they could use to tell a little story, or even it can really be applied to any subject area. You can just have these objects tell about their learning. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with Webcam Toy. And when you first get there, it's going to ask to access your camera. Now, I have a Hovercam document camera. You could do this with any brand whatsoever you want to use, as long as the arm is bendable and you can adjust it. So I'm going to switch this to my Hovercam, and I'm also going to go ahead and close this. It's going to always ask for permission to access the camera. Okay, now here is my picture. The picture's fine and all, and I could just use regular straight pictures. That's fine. If you want to do it that way, go ahead. But the advantage of the toy webcam or Webcam Toy, I'm going to switch this over here so I can see this grid. Makes it easier to find the comic option. Give me a few seconds. There it is. There's my comic book. You can also use cartoon. That's a good one too. Or there's also a sketch one somewhere too. I'm going to go ahead and choose comic book. Now it looks like a comic. I don't really want my arms in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my phone here as a backdrop. There we go. That's lovely. And then you have some other options here. I'm going to go ahead and just hit this gear so you can see it. You can hit mirror. You can cut it down, make it square if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and keep this right here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take the photo. Oh, I don't want to count down. I want to take the photo immediately. You can do it however you want, though. I'm going to go ahead and take the photo. There we go. Now we have a nice picture. It looks like a comic. I'm going to go ahead and save it to my Google Drive so that way I can insert it into my Google Doc and turn it into a comic. What it'll do is it'll initially go to the last place I left off. If I haven't left off someplace, it'll put it in my downloads folder on my Chromebook. I'm going to go to my drive, go to the folder that I want to save it in. I'm going to go ahead and name this. I'm going to call this Lego 3. It's my third try at this one. I'm going to go ahead and save it. Now it's in my Google Drive. So now when I go to my Google Doc, I go to Insert, and I go to Drawing, not Insert Image. By doing Insert Drawing, then I can edit it. Once it loads, then I can choose the image icon here. I'm going to go to my Google Drive here, and I'm going to go to Recent. I like the Recent button. It allows me to quickly find the things I've worked on. Notice the difference. This is a traditional image versus a comic. Can't really tell super closely, but you kind of get an idea. I'll hit Select, and now I can turn this whole scene into a comic. I'm going to go to the shapes. I'm going to go to the callouts. I'm going to go to the speech bubble here. I'm going to click and drag however I want. Now you see a little yellow dot there. I can grab a hold of the yellow dot. It allows me to adjust the speaker. I can double click in the box. Allows me to type in there. If I need to make adjustments to my typing, change the font size, and I highly recommend 18 or higher on your font. And you can also center it. I'm going to say, "You're coming with me." And then if I want to change the color of the box, I can do that too. I can change the line color. I'll keep it black. And you can change the thickness. Okay. Now if I want to add more shapes, I can go to the callouts. I'm going to do a thought bubble. And I'm going to grab a hold of the yellow dot here to adjust where the person is thinking. Double click in the bubble. I'm going to go ahead and adjust my font first. I like to do that first. Change this to 18, or actually I think I made the other one 24. I'll keep it consistent. I'm going to center it. I'm going to say he's crazy. All right, so I can also adjust the color of that. If I want to make it more red, I can do that. And I can make the outline yellow. I kind of like that. Make it thicker if I want. And now I'm done. Okay, so you could do an entire scene, tell a story, recreate a scene in a book. You could do fun stuff with vocabulary words, all kinds of different cool things you could do with objects and turning them into comics using Webcam Toy, as well as the Google Drawings feature within Google Docs.